today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Minnesota Vikings versus Tyrod Taylor and the New York Giants.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. Again, everyone, Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Cousins looking to put it up right away.
And incomplete to open things up.
Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them.
Leading them out, someone who has overcome plenty of adversity to forge a 12-year career. Former Virginia Tech Hokie, it's Tyrod Taylor.
One of the classiest quarterbacks in the NFL. Always in a difficult position because he has the skills to be a starter, but there's usually a youngster behind him that they're grooming and they want on the field. But when given an opportunity to be the guy, he's led teams to the playoffs and he's also gone to the Pro Bowl. A great combination of arm and legs, not to mention a brilliant mind.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On the ground, this is Saquan Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's a give to Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago. 12 carries, 62 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 39. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
That good for 19 and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your...
And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do now. The key, holding on to that attitude because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Extra point try, good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
From the 10. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
From the 31, Cousins. High throw, but the catch is made. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Play fake. Cousins. across the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson, 45 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point up and good by Saquan. And we are tied at 7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquan Barkley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after 1. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Mayfield looks to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They go play action. Mayfield sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Darren Waller, 28 yards.
And the Giants have moved out in front. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller. Taken from about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. See T.J. Hockenson as his team, his offense, set to begin another drive here.
Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. A quick pass here. He's got Shepard. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A first down carry for Barkley. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Throwing, Mayfield. Left side, he's got Robinson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Here's Mayfield. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And quickly, they get to the line. A first down throw for Mayfield. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 yards there, just like last play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mayfield. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And again, it's Mayfield. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. He'll get it inside the 20, and he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Play fake, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield now. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum, and the Vikings are going to get the foot.
Time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Dexter Lawrence. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. And then finally, time to unwind on Monday night. It'll be the Chargers and Colts from Indianapolis at 8:15 Eastern Time sharp. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. Taking it about the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
For a first. Up the middle with Barkley. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 90 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 right at the 40. To throw, Mayfield. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. Room here to run. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. They'll go to Barkley again. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Mayfield to throw it. Touchdown! Darren Waller. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
From the 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Third quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First target, first catch, and a first down. They'll go Madison up the middle. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. Second and 5 now. Cousins. And he'll just get rid of it.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. On the handoff, it's Madison. And some room to work. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They go play action. Cousins. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 119 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. It's a gain of 6. First down, Giants. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Saquan Barkley. And this will be a Giants first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. This is Barkley, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. On the run, it's Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them right.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Barkley will score. Touchdown, New York.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins throwing middle, and it's complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. To the air again, it's Cousins. Like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st and 10, Cousins.
They're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Cousins to throw it.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Giants are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
A little juke. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10.
149 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Again, it's Barkley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the 1st quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Giants, a win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on